Hello again. My name is Stephen Morrison, and this is my week 4 discussion post. And in this post, I'll be answering 4 questions. Question 1 states, what are some of the factors that might affect growth in your industry? I think the digital era has really changed just the way that music is obtained and shared thus far. And I mean, outside of the illegal downloading issue, I think legal downloads have really made an impact as well because, back in the day when you bought albums and CDs and stuff, like you would buy a single and then you'd have to buy the whole album to hear the rest of the music. Whereas, on iTunes, you can just buy the the songs that you like. So if you have a CD, a whole CD is $10 and each song is 99 cents each and they only buy 3 songs, then look at all the money that you're missing in situations like that. I also see a lot of artists going more of the EP route versus full length albums. They'll put out a little EP, maybe 5 to 8 songs, um, and put that out. And it's getting more and more common. It's I look at like EPs are starting to look like the new mixtapes these days. As far as marketing goes, I've noticed a lot of artists are tapping into song placements as far as getting their songs on um, TV shows like commercials. Like Lady Gaga, for example, her new song "Applause." It just came out just not too long ago, but I've heard it on so many commercials already, and especially around the time when the Music Video Awards on MTV were getting ready to come on. So I think just the whole digital era and the continued transition that the music industry is taking into that is the main factor that affects the growth of the industry. Some innovations. Question 2 is what are some of the innovations, developments, and government regulations? Um, some of the innovations that I've seen thus far is just the streaming of music, via Spotify and Pandora and things like that, and people can download a program which will allow the user to take the music off of or out of a music video that is posted on YouTube. So there's that. As far as regulations go, recently Jay Z released a new project, the Magna Carta. He partnered with Samsung to do it, and the result of that, there's a new rule that had to be done. Normally, when a physical release, it takes 30 days before it can be um, eligible to be certified platinum or certified gold and whatnot. And with Jay Z's Samsung release changed all that. Now, if it's a digital release, you're eligible the day of the digital release. But if it's a physical copy, still they gotta wait 30 days after the release date. Due to this, I actually see more digital releases, and as time progresses and goes, there will be less and less physical copies of CDs and albums and whatnot. Third question, are there any consumer trends, including demographic shifts, psychographic trends, etc.? The main thing I've noticed about trends and consumer trends and stuff like that is typically with young adults and teenagers, they're more of a fan of the gimmick versus the music, or they're just more a fan of just the artist, and to the point where the artist can put out anything and they'll just get it regardless. I definitely saw like in the hip hop world, at one point everybody wanted to be gangsters, and then that got old, and then the next trend was now everybody's clothes started getting smaller. Then they wanted to, and everybody wanted to skateboard. Um, so now what I see is, that whole element is starting to change, and everybody's starting to look for the next thing, uh, the next identity that they can kind of relate with or conform to, if you will. Um, with that, it just shows that consumers aren't dwelling on things too long, and they're always looking for the next big thing or the next cool hip thing, which causes trends and styles to change really fast in this industry. No, question 4 is what does the competitive environment look like for your industry in the future? The music industry is just one big competition, the way that I see it, and I mean the competition is getting more and more, especially with um, how easy it is to obtain things such as, say, if you want to be a producer, you just go on the internet and just download a beat making program and put your music out. Or if you want to be a singer, you can download a program to record your music and you know purchase, I mean, a cheap but I mean a decent mic. And then there are plenty of websites and stuff like that, and blog sites and everything that you can get your music posted on. So, it's like today it's just a lot. It seems like it's a lot easier to try to get into the music industry versus 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago. As far as the other part of the question, are there any new competitors that may enter the market? That was my answer to the first that part, and then possible changes to current competitors. As far as current competitors go, uh, they're always going to have to evolve as trends and styles change. They're always going to have to evolve to stay relevant. You know, and sometimes it may be completely out of their element. All of a sudden you'll hear a ballad singer who's a great ballad singer come out with like an electronic dance record now because that's the hot thing, and they're just trying to maintain a presence in the industry. So they're getting on, the new sounds, despite whether there's chemistry with that sound or not. That's just how they're going to be able. That's the only way they can really be able stay relevant and be able to compete with the new and up and coming artists that are coming with new trends and coming with new ideas, or some that are revamping old ideas but making them current. You know, that's kind of how I see that. So, anyways, thank you guys again. This is my week 4 discussion post, and again, good luck with the rest of the program.